Well, a future Biden administration continuing to take shape tonight. So here's a look at 17 who hope to serve, at least the ones that we've heard about so far. Let's talk about some of those nominees with tonight's panel. Fox News contributors Leslie Marshall and Lisa Booth, and the author of How Trump is Making Black America Great Again, Horace Cooper. Welcome back to all of you.
Hi, Shannon.
Good evening.
Hi, Shannon.
Oh, okay, so let's talk about Pete Buttigieg, because Jackie was just doing some reporting on him there. Joel Pollak, who is over at Breitbart, tweets this: "Congratulations to Pete Buttigieg, who would be the first gay cabinet member, except for that other guy, Richard Grenell, who was actually appointed by the real Donald Trump and had other positions and was too good at everything he did to be singled out for sexuality alone." Lisa?
Well, I think you didn't see the Trump administration, tout these things of diversity politics because President Trump focused on just picking people that would be good at the job and that were more than qualified. But what we've seen from Joe Biden is he's highlighting this fact. I mean, he entirely picked Kamala Harris because he said he wanted a vice president, a woman of color, and, an African-American woman of color. And that's why he ended up choosing her. So I think what Joe Biden should do is focus more on just picking people who are good for the job, less in the diversity of politics. But it is unsurprising for the media to gloss over the Rick Grenell thing because they're constantly treating conservatives as second-class citizens. You had noted Maggie Haberman, who recently got roasted by Kayleigh McEnany she was praising Joe Biden's deputy campaign manager, who just did an interview with Glamour magazine talking about how hard it is to be a working woman. And Maggie Haberman was praising her while completely glossing over, Kayleigh McEnany and Mercedes Schlapp and multiple other conservative women working for President Trump who did the exact same thing.
Well, when it comes to Buttigieg, there are some on the left who aren't fans of him either. There was a statement out from Black Lives Matter South Bend leaders, where he was mayor, says this is what they accuse Buttigieg of: a long history of using the machinery of government to advance systemic racism, and they call him not qualified to lead a major government agency. Leslie, there are people on both ends of the spectrum that are not thrilled about Pete Buttigieg potentially joining the cabinet.
I really haven't seen anybody thrilled on one side or the other with almost any cabinet member that has been put forth, whether you're a Democrat or a Republican, in years. First of all, I just want to say Rick Grenell is a personal friend of mine. And I think the difference there is what you had pointed out, Shannon, which is that Pete Buttigieg would be sitting as the first openly gay man for a Senate confirmation for this position. But the African-American community isn't just against Pete Buttigieg for this position. When we saw him in his position as mayor of South Bend, there were problems there that he had with the African-American community, and he certainly had difficulty getting support from the African-American community when he was running for president. So I'm not surprised at the criticism coming from that demographic within the Democratic Party.
And Rick Grenell, as ambassador to Germany, ambassadors do have to go through Senate confirmation. So he went through Senate confirmation for that, but not the acting cabinet level position that he had. Horace, I want to ask you about another potential Biden pick, Gina McCarthy, who was head of the EPA. She was the administrator. Now, let's remember, this is what President Obama said when he was campaigning January 2008 about his energy policy and plans. Okay, so the U.S. Chamber in August of 2015 said he actually accomplished that and said he had the help of Gina McCarthy to do it. They talked about her work in the EPA and said that it was a success if you talk about higher regulations, higher costs, and now she's being brought in potentially to a Biden administration to oversee climate policy.
Yeah. Absolutely, the very kinds of things that caused so many working class Americans to rebel against Barack Obama are being brought back. I have two quick observations. On the one hand, it appears that even in the 21st century, we're supposed to somehow conclude that if all you did was pick talented, pick experienced, pick capable people, you somehow wouldn't get women, you somehow wouldn't get gays, you somehow wouldn't get minorities. I think only progressives see the world that way. I think if you're getting the most talented and the most capable, you're going to get a variety of Americans, because America's made up of a variety. With regard to this cap and trade idea, the green agenda, you're likely to see the same conjoining of forces that led to the Supreme Court striking down so much of Barack Obama's green energy policies, as well as seeing a United States Senate reject these ideas. And if in 2022 the House flips and the parties change, you're likely to see the same forces converge once again, showing that these policies aren't popular, they're harmful, and they hurt people, black, white, and brown. Why are we bringing these back? Why would we like to?
Well, there's a growing body of reporting that there are a lot of requests now that the Biden-Harris administration would have to deal with, because they had a lot of different factions that they appealed to bring together the coalition they needed, and now people are coming to the table with demands. So we'll see how they handle all of that as they put together their potential future leadership. Thank you all for being with us tonight.
Thank you, Shannon.